Mike Lynn Memorial League. Week 6. Power Rankings. Brought to you by Equifax. Yeah, fuck you. All right, guys, let's take a look at some results from last week. Stunt Cock skates by Canute Kersey 52, 53, 35. Weapons of Matt's distraction with a king salami nearly tripling up stern rake 92, 32. Homies stay undefeated, taking down Team Mangravy 65, 52. Man at Work gets a winning record with a victory over Juchi's Giant Jocks 59, 47. The Meters destroy yesterday's Corn 76, 21. But don't escape unscathed. And Logan's, not Rogers, gets through a bye-week conundrum and beats Tommy's Terminators 57-47. League average 53.36 points. Let's take a look at the standings after 5 games. All right, homies are 5-0. Looks like that division is nearly locked up. The rest of the divisions are a lot closer. I think Team Mangravy is the best team in the West, but only a 4-point lead and 1 game over the Meters. The North Division is a complete toss-up, but if Pittsburgh's offense is good, Justin should win that division. And in the South, I continue to win, but Matt has the highest scoring team. Number 12, Tommy's Terminators. Now, Tom's 1-4, still in the 12th spot. You get Gronk back this week. Really need Doug Martin to be good. Amari without Carr, that really is tough. And then the Cardinals' offense needs to be good for your wide receiver, too, to be good. I don't know. That's tough sledding. Start scouting that number 1 pick. Number 11, yesterday's Corn. Mike is 2-3. Feeble output this week. The good news is that you have the best quarterback in fantasy so far, and then you have another very capable quarterback that could be on your bench. So you should trade one of them. Number 10, Man at Work. Rob, I moved you up, I think. Fournette had a big week, but Ajayi still isn't doing anything. The Ingram Clay tight end thing, I kind of actually like both those guys, but they got a total of like 1 point last week. And I just want to remind you that you kept Dante Moncrief. Number 9, Juchi's Giant Jocks. Stays in the 9 spot. Both tight ends played pretty well. Rudy got a TD. Kelsey's still the best tight end overall, but now you've got injury concerns with him. Larry Fitzgerald has fizzled. He's had 1 good game despite having great matchups and being the best receiver on his team. I do think Thielen has a big week this week against the Packers. Number 8, the Meters. Dave, you are 2-3. Won a couple in a row, I think. Lynch finally scored. Wentz was very good. Nuke got a bunch of garbage time stuff, but does it really matter? You lost Odell. Number 7, Canute Kersey. Justin, tough week last week. Brady has injury concerns. Deshaun Watson looks fantastic, though. Then Roethlisberger's just killing your team. I know he's not on your team, but not having him play well hurts your whole team. So when they score 9 points against the Jags, it's hard for your team to have a fantasy win. And this is what I talked about earlier. You're going to be up and down in the standings because it really depends on that offense's output. Number 6, weapons. Matt's distraction. Matt, 2-3, moves up 4 spots, gets the King Salami. Gordon goes off. I said early in the season, I'm like, you have 2 really good running backs and running back depth, but you don't have a good tight end. Well, Cameron Brate's now the tight end 5 overall. The team's on the rise and pushing for a playoff spot, despite being last in the division. That's the biggest obstacle right now is you need to get more wins because you've scored over 300 points. Number 5, Logan's not Rogers. All right, 2-3. Funchess is all of a sudden good. 7 catches 2 weeks in a row, a couple touchdowns. It's go time for Julio. Needs to be good. I think you will come to regret not keeping Aaron Rodgers. And then LaShawn McCoy has been pretty average so far. Need him to start being good if you're going to make the playoffs. Number 4, Stern Rake. 2-3. McCaffrey finally scored, but he got 7 yards rushing. That's not good. Goff going against a tougher defense looked more like a second-year quarterback. And then Hyde, did he just get usurped by Matt Breida? That is tough because if Hyde is going to be sharing a workload, 2-3 might turn into 2-4 or 5 pretty darn quickly. Now, if Hyde can bounce back and be good, I still like your team. Number 3, Stunt Cock. 4-1. Like my team because they overcome adversity. Cam is back, playing well. Hilton, yardage king, had like 170 yards, but another injury. Diggs' groin. All my good players get hurt. It is very frustrating. I am interested to see if Pirine gets some run this week with Rob Kelly out. Number 2, Team Man Gravy. Tough loss this week. He scored like 1 point under league average for the week. Green is the wide receiver 1 now, moves up from wide receiver 6. Hunter Henry scored, but Lamar Miller, underwhelming. Gillislee, underwhelming. But so you have Matt Breida. So we continue the conversation about the 49ers backfield. If he can steal Hyde's job, he'll be productive. Number 1, the homies. All I do is win. 5-0. Dez scores again. Rodgers is magical. Gurley against Seattle D. Struggled, but it didn't matter because the Jags defense carried you with 22 points and another victory. Okay, that's how everyone's stacked up. It's time to take a look at perhaps some predictions. Choochie's Giant Jocks 53, Tommy's Terminators 47 in a family affair. Man at Work by a Figgy over the meters 63-60 in the Multiple. Stern Rake gets back in the win column with a victory over yesterday's Corn, 51-42. Team Man Gravy thumps Stunt Cock, 71-44. Todd Haley gets Ben Roethlisberger back on track, and as a result, Knut Kersey cruises to victory over Logan's Not Rogers, 80-58. And Weapons of Matt's Distraction, nice name, not, gets to 500 and hands the homies their first loss of the season, 71-49. Okay, that's it for week 6. Good luck, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.